The Baltimore Ravens finally got the best news yet when it comes to Lamar Jackson, his injury status, and his practice participation. Hold tight. We'll get into that in just a second. Before we do, though, make sure you subscribe. It's free. One click. That's all it takes. We're 356 subs away from 40,000. Help us get to our goal as quickly as we can. And when you subscribe, sweet. Let's start talking about Lamar. In a season where it has felt like absolutely nothing can go right for Baltimore. Losses, injuries, drama among the team, head coach uncertainty. We get a little bit of a bright spot for the first time in a while. Jamison Hensley tweeting this out earlier. Lamar Jackson returned to practice Wednesday, which is the first time he has been on the field since he injured his hamstring 24 days ago against the Kansas City Chiefs. Jackson looks like he will be limited in practice, taking reps behind Tyler Huntley and Cooper Rush. Finally, he is back. It's been over 3 weeks since we've seen him in a Baltimore Ravens helmet, and he's back out there on the practice field. This is phenomenal news. And I get it. I read that bottom paragraph too. He's going to be limited. He's going to be taking reps behind Tyler Huntley and Cooper Rush. Frankly, I don't care. He's out there. They're not going to put him out there and then in his first practice not limit him and just let him take 1,000,000 reps with the first team as if he hadn't ever missed a practice over the last 3 weeks. Yeah, they're going to limit him. That's what you would do. That's what I would do. I'm not worried about it. I'd be far more worried about it if he wasn't there, but he is. He's there. And things weren't necessarily, weirdly enough, trending in the right way over the past couple of days. I think we went into this week with a ton of confidence that we were finally going to see Lamar Jackson back on Sunday against Chicago. But then there was a non-official practice on Monday. He didn't show up. He wasn't there. Everybody kind of started panicking, myself included. John Harbaugh obviously was asked about it after practice, and he didn't give an official comment. He said, same answer as I gave you last weekend. Now, we've heard John Harbaugh give a ton of coach speak in his tenure with Baltimore. So I don't want to say I was surprised that he continued to give coach speak when asked about Lamar Jackson, but in that sense, you want a little bit more confidence from your head coach that your best player is going to be available and is going to play. And then this Dan Graziano news came out from earlier today, one of the ESPN NFL insiders that said, I don't believe it's a sure thing that Lamar Jackson returns from his hamstring injury to play against the Bears on Sunday. I've had a couple of conversations with people familiar with the situation that led me to believe Jackson might miss another game while recovering from the injury and return in Week 9 against Miami. Well, Dan, you can suck it because he's back, he's at practice, and it feels like things are trending in the right direction for him to play this Sunday, Week 8 against the Chicago Bears. I'm going to tell you exactly why the Baltimore Ravens need Lamar Jackson. It might be obvious, but still, let's talk about it before that. If you are pumped, he's back, hit that thumbs up button, like today's video. I don't want to hear a single person that covers this team at a national level. I don't want to hear a single media pundit claiming that Lamar Jackson doesn't deserve an MVP because of all the talent that's around. Because what we've seen is with Lamar and without Lamar, things are drastically different. Just in 2025 alone, with him, you scored 31 points a game. Without him, that went all the way down to 6.5. You did not even score a touchdown this most recent game against the Los Angeles Rams. Since 2019, your record, 65-26 with him, 4-11 without him. That alone tells me how important he is to this team. That's why I was saying I don't want to hear another person talk about Baltimore's a good enough team. Lamar Jackson doesn't deserve to be an MVP. Lamar Jackson doesn't deserve to be in these discussions because he's surrounded by so much talent. Look what this talent does without him in the lineup. And he was absolutely balling at the beginning of the season. I think that gets overshadowed because everybody wants to talk about the record. Everybody wants to talk about the losses. And while, yes, those losses They are important, and they are partly because of him. He is the quarterback of this team, but he led the NFL in touchdown passes through 4 weeks, led the NFL in passer rating through 4 weeks. Third in the National Football League, this team was in points per game at 32.8. Right now, this defense isn't good enough for the Ravens to win a game without Lamar Jackson. Don't hear me say this defense probably can't win without Lamar. No. What they've shown me so far, they have proved that they can't win without Lamar because of how poor this defense is. I get it. They showed us a little bit of promise against the Los Angeles Rams, but we talked about it after that game. I'm not falling for that fool's gold. It's like the toxic ex-boyfriend that cheats on his girlfriend time after time after time. Then he gets her flowers, and she thinks everything's all good. This Ravens defense cheated on me for the first 5 weeks of the season just because they play one good game in week 6. I'm supposed to think it's all finished? That it's all fixed? No, I'm not believing that. So I'm here to tell you this team needs Lamar Jackson. Just as bad as any other team in the National Football League needs their starting quarterback, maybe even more. What's upcoming for Baltimore? Chicago, Miami, Minnesota, Cleveland, New York. 3 road games, 2 home games to bookend those, but you play 5 games against teams that have a 10-23 combined record. I'll take that. Take that any other week, but I'll take it with my starting quarterback, okay? This season's not over. It feels like it is. Every single one of those games, in my opinion, every game you play from here on out feels a little bit like a must-win because you've dug yourself in a hole where you're 1-5. You're 3 games back from the AFC North. But you've got a promising outlook over the next couple of weeks to feel like you can maybe, just maybe, get something going. Having Lamar Jackson at the helm is going to help. Will the Ravens beat the Bears? A yes or a no in the comment section down below. What do you think? Let me know right now. While you're down there in that comment section, I got to talk about our awesome sponsor of today's video. It's our great friends at PrizePicks. You and I, we make decisions every single day. So make the right one and join our friends PrizePicks because being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks where it's good to be right. PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Lamar Jackson's pass yards, rush yards, and touchdowns? You can now pick all of them in the same lineup only on PrizePicks. Follow other PrizePicks players directly on the app and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on PrizePicks. We got some college football coming up this weekend, some good games. Marcel Reed and A&M will play on the road in Baton Rouge against Louisiana State. Arch Manning and the Texas Longhorns, do they drop one against Mississippi State? Well, I got the less on both of them. You can tell my picks. You can pay my picks. Make sure to do it at PrizePicks, okay? Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. Before we get out of here, there's 5 things that I want to see against Chicago when it comes to Lamar Jackson being back in this lineup. Number 1, I don't want to see any running from Lamar. I don't care if he gets flushed out of the pocket and he sees 30 yards of green grass in front of him. I don't want him to do anything that could jeopardize that hamstring injury. We all remember what happened to Dak Prescott last year. He was having some hamstring tightness, missed a game or 2 with it, came back, played, ripped the hammy off the bone, and was out for the rest of the season. Lamar Jackson, stay in the pocket. Number 2, I still want you to lean on Derrick Henry heavily, okay? I get it. If Lamar Jackson plays, you got one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League at your disposal. I don't care. Run with Derrick Henry. Get this offense balanced. Get as much of this game off of Lamar's shoulders as you can. The defense needs to step up. They need to create some big plays. They have not done that pretty much at all this year. They've only created 3 turnovers, which is second to last in the NFL. That needs to change. I want this game to give the least amount of stress to Lamar Jackson as it possibly can. That starts with your defense being able to create some big plays. And same with your wide receivers, okay? The only wide receiver we've really seen be able to create big plays this year is DeAndre Hopkins. Zay Flowers, I want to see you be able to do that. Rashad Bateman, where the hell have you been? Isaiah Likely, would love if you started stepping up and making some things happen. And then number 5, I want Lamar to look like he's not rushed back to play. Because I think that's one of my biggest fears, is that we see Lamar on Sunday, and you think, ooh, he does not look right. It looks a little bit obvious that they're rushing him back to play in this football game. These are must-wins, yes, but your whole season is shot if Lamar Jackson gets injured for the rest of the year. Knocking on wood, praying that doesn't happen, but I want him to look like he's good enough to play. That's what I want to see. What I also want to see is you guys follow me on social media, at Joey Peterson on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, youtube.com/RavensTV. Daily updates on your Baltimore Ravens.